Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shauna, or you can call me Mismooncrystal, whatever vibes with you the most. Today starts our daily guidance video. So it is for June the 15th, 2020. And this energy is for Monday, Tuesday, the 15th and the 16th, just to kind of see what is coming through energetically, what we can expect. I like to look at these things. I really enjoy these videos because we can kind of see what each day is going to bring to kind of help you along in your process, in your awakening process, just to kind of see, the more you can expect and the more that you know what's going to happen, the more aware you are and you can make a plan. When we're unaware and we're kind of blindsided by this energy, we end up typically more reacting to the situations. So this can kind of help you guys be a little more mindful in your days, hopefully give you guys some empowerment, some encouragement, some inspiration, to get through your days and have good ones. And so we can collectively all grow and, just help each other. So today, like I'm saying, we are going to talk about June the 15th, 2020. Before I get started, I just want to say thank you for everyone that has subscribed to my Patreon channel. That helped me so much. If you guys are interested in exclusive content, I'm going to do daily content. I'm going to do monthly Q&As. You'll get early access to some of my videos, those sort of things, just the extra perks. If you're interested in supporting me, you can check out my Patreon, and that information is in the description below. I'm also going to run my $5 question special probably for the next couple days. We're going to see how well it goes. If I get too overwhelmed, I won't be able to do it, but basically first come, first serve. I'm going to be doing, it's $5 for a question. It's a 24-hour turnaround, and you can ask between 1 and 3 questions. Each question is $5. I have all that information below. If you're interested, just go ahead and check that out, and you can email me as well too, and I'll get right back with you. So let's get started on June 15th, 2020 energy. So today is a 7-day. So what does this mean, you guys? And so I'm going to be looking at the numerology, and I'm not an expert numerologist by any means, and the astrology, not an expert at this either. Really more I use my intuition to kind of look at all these things and bring it all together to see exactly what the day's energy is going to be, because there's messages, the universe is communicating in everything, and you'll start to see a pattern and things that you're doing. Like I pulled tarot cards and, oracle cards and things like that. And then, like I said, I look at the numerology, and doing all this, we can kind of get a blueprint of, okay, this is what today's energy is going to be like. What is the universe trying to do today? What's it expecting out of us today? What can we expect out of the universe? So today, the numerology is number 7. So number 7 talks about collective consciousness. And this is something that we've been seeing anyway. So it's kind of like how we are doing the inner work and how it's reflected into the whole as well too. We're seeing, okay, things happening on the news right now, and instead before we kind of like, oh yeah, that's happening on the news, how do I fit into this? To more like, how do I fit into this that's going on the news? How do I fit into this stuff that's going on? This person's hurting, how can I help them? How can I make this better? We're really looking at this at a deeper level with ourselves right now. Where before, like I was saying, we've more ignored it. Now, once again, we were on the hamster wheel. We didn't really have time to look at it. And, things were extreme throughout the years. But, you can feel the energy right now. It is really focused and honed in on really creating this higher consciousness in the world and getting people to wake up and understand. Now, as we know, this is not simple. This is not easy. We are talking about years. We are talking about past lives, generations and generations of beliefs and feelings and situations and energy that has been piled up for this long, and it's starting to unpack and come to the surface. So little by little, day by day, we are getting different things that are coming up. I don't know if you guys have little situations that pop up every day. I know I do. I pay attention to them. I see, okay, this is happening, and then I ask, why is this happening? And it usually has to do with, what is going on astrologically, energetically, all those things. I can find, connect the dots to that energy that is happening universally. So pay attention to those sort of things, because they're occurring for you they're coming to the surface for you to look at and go, okay, it's time to remove. it's time to remove all this. So like I said, we're unpacking this giant bag, giant suitcase from years and years. And like I said, this is even past life stuff. You know, I know there's things, and even some of the readings that I've done for you guys, you know, you're like, I don't know why I do this, I don't know where it came from, but I do this, and I think this way, and I don't understand. Well, lo and behold, it's from a past life that is still coming through. It's a karmic imprint coming back through. It's something that needed to be healed, that you brought over into this life as well too. So it's very important to pay attention to these things as well too. So number 7 today, collective consciousness is really where I think we're focusing here, but this is also about intuition and feeling kind of like you're on your own as well too. This is about analyzing as well too. And so we have Venus retrograde, we have Jupiter retrograde, we have Saturn retrograde, and we have Pluto retrograde. And then on the 18th, we have Mercury retrograde. So all this means all those planets' energy are asking you to do that inner work, to do that retrospection work, to go within yourself right now and really start to ask yourself, okay, what serves me, what doesn't serve me anymore. So this is really a time. The universe is pushing this on us. It's going, we want, you know, it wants you to take this time for you to, you know, look inside yourself and really dig all this out. Once again, it's not easy. It is messy, as we know. So let's get into some cards first. So I have some oracle cards that I drew. Oh, I dropped that. Oi. So I had some cards that I drew for you guys. So let's lay them out here, and then I'll show them to you. And what I'm really just trying to do is, once again, channel the information, listen to what Spirit has to say, along with, you know, I'm just really looking at everything. I'm taking it all in at this point. And understanding that this is the 7th day, the collective consciousness, and really working on our intuition. We're also bringing a lot of things to the surface, like I was saying. This happened with the full moon, and we are coming to the end of this full moon to this other new moon. So it's like all the things that have kind of occurred over the last few weeks, we're processing it. We're going, okay, what was this about? Do I like this? Do I not like this? And we're kind of wanting to take action. I wouldn't take action quite yet. Just wait a little bit longer. We're still kind of in a thinking and planning mode. Even though we have Aries in the moon right now, you may want to take action. A lot of this stuff, if we, you know, put our energy into it right now, it's going to not really go anywhere. So like, don't start anything new or anything like that is what I'm saying. I would focus on what you have been focusing on, any projects, any relationships, anything like that, any situations that you've already started. Stick with those, because I also feel that you guys don't see a lot happening with these right now. And once again, we've been talking about abundance for the last 2 months. And I am sensing that you're getting frustrated. Is this really going to happen? Is this really going to occur? Now, I feel that a lot of us and a lot of you guys are having issues with money. I feel like money isn't as abundant right now, and I feel that it's for a purpose. I know it's for a purpose, because a lot of times when we have money issues, we will turn within and go, okay, well, I need to manifest. I need to take time and figure out why I don't have money. When we do have money, a lot of times we focus on spending, on out here, you know. You kind of lose awareness a little bit more when there's money just flowing abundantly. So I feel that some of that abundance has been slowed down. And so don't fear, you guys, everything's going to work out. I really sense that this is just for us to do that inner work still, because we're really supposed to be with this Venus retrograde, you know, working through our own stability and how, you know, we feel about our finances, our stability, all these things, our career. So it's very important. We're also, which I got the card, I'll let y'all see it. I gotta hold my place because I'm gonna actually read this. So this is the solar plexus. So today it's about focusing on the solar plexus more, and this is your confidence. This is how, what makes you positive about yourself. This is what, this is yourself. This is you. This is how you appear to the world. And so if you have a negative self-image, then, you know, your solar plexus is probably blocked or imbalanced. So working on how you feel about yourself is very important. But how do we relate this back into stability and finances and all this thing? So if we have a negative self-image about ourselves, then we're not really going to feel good about, the money that we're making or what we're doing. We're just not going to have confidence in it, and putting ourselves out there. So now is the time to really focus on that, because we're moving through the first 3 chakras. We're moving through the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus that have to do with stability, foundation, family, creativity, what we do creatively, and then the solar plexus is the self. And the reason why we're moving through all 3 of these is because we're trying to get to that heart chakra, which is the next one up. And see, all 3 have to be opened and aligned before we can actually open that heart chakra. So we're having some I think waves, and where we are feeling the heart chakra opening, and that is coming through as probably negative emotions towards others. It's coming through as not as fun stuff to deal with, really. Negative situations, probably little fights, things like that, and then these all of a sudden feelings like, oh my gosh, where did that come from, kind of thing. So that's coming up to start deal with too, because we are also working on opening all the chakras up right now and aligning to them. So focusing on our stability. So we have the 5 of Pentacles I was seeing, and I am sensing that some of you are feeling, like, okay, I don't feel like I'm making enough money. I don't know if what I'm doing is really going to work out the way that I need it to, sort of thing. To just I feel like money's maybe trickling in for a lot of you right now, and you're going, I really need more right now because I know bills are coming due, things are about to happen, is what I was really sensing. What is happening is the universe is waiting for you to make a decision. And that's going to be your theme really for the whole week as you move into this new moon on Sunday. This new moon is going to be incredible energy. It's going to be a pivotal point. It's going to shift a lot of things. Now, it may not happen instantly, but it's going to happen over the next 6 months of of this year. So making a decision coming into this new moon is going to be very important for you guys. So even today on Monday, I feel that you should start looking at this. What is making me anxious? What am I up at night worried about? How can I solve this issue? How can I bring it to the surface and work with it? So a lot of times we push that stuff down and just continue to worry about it. Well, the universe wants to remove it, fix it, however that is. But you have to understand too, to remove this stuff and to make it better may not look the way that you think it will. And that's part of seeing the bigger picture of things. The universe will move and change and do things and align you to things that may not make sense. So what you have to do is follow your heart at this point. Follow your intuition. Follow that. I know it's very hard to explain what intuition is. It's that first thought that comes to your head. It's truth. It's love. And I always say follow love, and that is your path the whole time. So as long as you are doing something that aligns with you in love, you're going the right way. Even if it looks like this is crazy, or no, this is not going to work out the way that I want it to, I promise you, it's directed in your flow. So I really feel that some of you are going to start walking away from something. You're leaving something behind, but you've been attached to it for a long time. This could be a relationship that you're really realizing that, you know what, I don't need this anymore. But you have to pay attention. Does it really align with what you're wanting, where you're wanting to go here? So Monday, Tuesday is really going to be about breaking this down. And also I was seeing that it's how you see yourself. So this situation that is making you very anxious right now and making you feel like, you're not making enough money, it's preventing the flow of all of this right now. Preventing the flow completely, blocking you. It's where you see yourself at as well too. And I also got, so it's where you see yourself at, or who you see yourself as, how you put yourself out there in this world. And if you have a negative view because of the things that are happening, that definitely needs to leave, because that's going to get broke down real quick. I also had the Sun card come out. I had the Sun come out. Whoa. I'm already starting to feel the Mercury retrograde. It's really strange, you know, because you know what you want to say, but the mouth just doesn't, you know, let it come out. It's still happening, y'all. Okay, let's move along. So it's affecting how you see yourself, how you put yourself out there. And like I said, this situation is really, whatever the situation is, I do think it may not be connected to money 100%, but it's definitely blocking you from getting it. If there's things that you're feeling like you have to do and there's no other way to do them, I would relook at this. Because now that part of stepping into our abundance is aligning to our desires as well too, and it's getting rid of all this stuff that we feel like we have to do. When we feel like we're pressured to do something, that does create blocks in our energetic system as well too. So what I like that I also got the Saturn card, which is about discipline. It's about all the, and I think that the universe is definitely, because I've been bringing it up a lot, it's been coming to me a lot about creating a practice for your guys' self. I think it's important that you take time. I don't care if it's 5 or 10 minutes, taking time for yourselves each day, meditate, mindfulness, grounding yourself, movement, all those things. I feel like that the universe wants you to create a discipline in your mind instead of allowing it to just keep going and going and going, taking you on this ride where you don't even know where you're going at this point. No, you have control over your mind, and that is part of removing this anxiety as well too. Because when we give in to this anxiety and we go, this makes me anxious, we're actually giving our power away to it as well. We're saying this has control over me, when in truth, we have control over how we see stuff. So, and that is really about being open that to anything is possible at this point. I just feel like a lot of clarity is going to come right now over the next week. And as we get to this new moon, we're going to see a lot of things that we kind of knew in the background were going on, but it'll really come to light. And I feel like it'll almost be this groundbreaking, shocking moment when it happens that's going to shift, like I said, a lot of people's perspectives. And I do feel like we're going to see this collectively as well too. And since we're seeing a lot of, you know, the sun, we're seeing the 6 of Wands as well too. How that goes back to our 7 number, the collective consciousness. How do we see ourselves in the world right now? How do we want people to see us? How do we want to be portrayed right now? Are we really being our authentic self? Because once again, if we're not being our authentic self, then we're not going to align to our own desires. Another thing I keep seeing here as well too is I think today and Monday, Tuesday, there's definitely going to be some energy that, you know, there could be some fighting, some misalignments with other people. I feel like people are going to still be a lot on edge because we're moving from this one eclipse energy to this other. And it's just a lot of intensity that has been going on. And once again, just collectively, that's what's being reflected and put out there. I would say that if anybody tries to, you know, because, you know, if anybody is unconscious, this energy will just kind of take them for a ride, like I'm saying. And that's why it's important to be mindful, you guys, right now, because the energy will. All of a sudden, the next thing you know, you're going to be lashing out on someone and going, I don't know why I just did that. It's all part of it. So if you see somebody, you know, agitated or upset or anything like that over something, I would not engage with them. But I do feel that that's going to be kind of the energy that you're dealing with. Like when we go out into public, when we're around people, even, you know, close friends and family, they just might be a little more agitated. Wouldn't engage. It's only going to last for a couple days, like that intense of energy. But just, like I said, be careful. But the main underlining theme here, I feel, is how you see yourself and removing the anxiety that you're having between this decision that you're having to make. You got to go ahead and step into a decision, you guys. It's time to. And like I said, I feel the whole week is really going to be like that as well, too, for us, making this decision. And I do feel that it's going to be one that is going to be hard. I mean, we wouldn't be so anxious about it if it was easy, I will say that, but it's going to move you out of this stagnant place, this blocked place, to where you can flow again, where you're able to see clearly, where you're able to start moving forward. Because I also got the Temperance card, you guys. So I feel that the next step is really going to just, like I said, be the next 6 months, but it's going to be big. It's not going to feel like we're standing still anymore. We're going to start to be able to move forward and expand this. And once again, it still has to do with our abundance. I got overcome any obstacles. So once again, I do sense there's going to be obstacles today for you guys, especially with dealing with other people. So just be careful of that. Like I said, don't engage. And then we have the Neptune card, which is all about dreams and intuition, which are number 7 also relates to that. So intuition is going to be very strong today, so pay attention to it. It's going to be talking to you. Your guides are going to be talking to you as well, too, kind of directing you. But definitely pay attention to what it is that is really making you anxious. What are those things that are really, like I said, keeping you up at night? These are the things that you're going to have to make a decision about over the next week, over the next few days, that really need to have some attention put on them so you guys can move forward into abundance, into better relationships. Because I do sense that some of you are going to be leaving relationships, and you ask about soulmates, I know, but if the person that you're with right now is not aligning to you, if they don't feel like, if they're just not on the same vibe, the same wavelength as you, then you don't need to be with them. They're only going to either suck you back down or block you from moving forward. So it's time for them to go as well, too. You got to do this for yourself. But yes, I feel that this has a lot to do with relationships. But I also feel that it has a lot to do with, how you see yourself in the world, what you're going to do next. I know a lot of you are leaving religions as well too and moving into more spiritual practices, and not everybody likes that is around you. This is difficult stuff to do. We're leaving old traditional things behind that everybody has done their whole lives and going, no, we don't feel like this works for us anymore. So, and definitely I feel that this has to do with career choices and jobs and things like that as well too. So these decisions are going to be made over the next week. I just really encourage you guys to take the time to do that, to spend time thinking about it, asking your intuition, your guide, spirit, all those things. What should I do? What's the right move for me right now? And you'll get messages, you'll get guidance here, you guys. If it's making you anxious, if it doesn't align with love, it doesn't need to be in your life. And that's just what it is for it. So, all right, my dear friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked the daily guidance, and I hope y'all have a beautiful day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.